Hey everyone, Tim Stoddard here, and in this week's video, I am going to show you the three most promising industries to build a business directory. I have been getting a ton of inquiries recently about people that have interest in starting their own directory, creating an online business that either sells directory listings or sells leads from business directories. If you want to learn more about this, you can check out some of the other videos on my YouTube channel. I've made a ton of content about directories. And recently I've been wondering, what are the best industries? If I was going to start another directory today, what industry would I start one in? And in this week's video, I am going to show you the results. So let's get started. All right, so check it out. There's nothing fancy about how I'm going about this research. I don't have any like major case studies. I just went to ChatGPT and I said, give me the three best industries right now to make local business directories. These are the results that I got. Home healthcare and senior services, which is fascinating because I was just having a long conversation with somebody about this. Health and wellness, gym, yoga studios, and alternative therapies, and home improvement and maintenance services. So I fully agree with all three of these. Obviously, ChatGPT knows what it's talking about. I was a little surprised with the health and wellness just because I thought there'd be a lot more competition than there actually is. But then when I thought about it, it's also not that surprising because gym owners typically are like terrible marketers and they try to get all their business through Instagram, even though it's like a really shitty way to get business. Okay, so this is what we got: home healthcare, health and wellness, and home improvement. So we're going to go through all of these and I'm going to show you some of the opportunities. So this is really fascinating. I went to Google, I typed in home healthcare directories. What I found was agingcare.com. I found three ads basically. So this is an ad, this is an ad, this is an ad, four ads, this is an ad. And the first organic result is denverregion.co, home healthcare agencies network of care. And this was fascinating to me because this page has no business being the top search result for something as important and for something that has as much search demand as home healthcare agencies. If you want to learn more about the search demand for the aging population, you can check out one of my previous videos where I talked about the aging demographics and how this is like the biggest business opportunity in history. And you can see that through the search metrics. Nonetheless, I would have thought that something with this much opportunity has like a more established business going for it. So networkofcare.org, this seems to be a pretty big website, but the directory aspect is on a subdomain. And there's nothing inherently wrong with subdomains, but it's not the kind of site structure that's going to lend itself to ranking really well for high competition keywords. So I was really shocked that this right here is the first search result for home healthcare directories. It has no business being there. And all this tells me is that there's a ton of opportunity in this space. There's a ton of available real estate, I should say, in the Google search results because this is like nothing. This isn't even a directory page. This isn't a category page. Like, cool, there's a zip code search, but there's no listings here. There's no information that would actually tell you about the home health agencies in the city of Denver, because that's where I live. So Google geolocated me to Denver. This is blowing my mind. Wow. Start a home healthcare directory. For real, the demand for home healthcare services is skyrocketing, and the leads is really going to skyrocket. The value of the leads is going to skyrocket as well. All right, here we go. So something very similar. Gym directories, I searched it in Google. Number one is Yelp, which isn't that surprising to me because Yelp is like a very, very powerful and strong website. And so I'm not surprised that Yelp is number one. However, number two, number three, number four, number five, these aren't actual directory listings. These are all local gyms. So what does this tell me? This tells me that there's no data, like there is nothing for Google to populate for this particular query other than Yelp. And one thing about Google, like you have to understand, although these really big, powerful websites are great, and it's not uncommon to see these like huge directories at number one and number two, Google actually likes ranking local businesses as well. So in this particular example, if you have a gym directory that's only for Denver, then that would probably rank above Yelp, because you have to understand Google is interested in creating people the most accurate search result. Because if people start going to Google and they start getting search results that like aren't helping them, then they're going to stop going to Google, right? And so in a lot of cases, Google is incentivized to rank local directories, even though they're less established and they're less authoritative, above like these huge ones like Yelp. Because if I'm somebody that lives in Denver, I'm actually more interested in a local directory, even though it's not, as powerful of a website. I'm fascinated to see this as well. There's nothing, like I don't even know if there's a single gym directory. I mean, there's got to be, right? What I'm seeing, this is just all local gyms. And so there's a whole lot of opportunity here as well. And once again, ChatGPT, they are not lying. Okay, and number three, home improvement and maintenance services. I mean, man, you guys have heard me talk about this in my videos over and over and over again. The demand for contracting work, especially considering the housing crisis in the United States, the demand for like home improvement work, the shortage of labor in home improvement and in contracting makes it so that there's more work than people know what to do with, right? And so like if you can generate these leads, there's going to be a ton of upstart contractors over the next 10 years, a ton of them. I mean, I don't know exactly, but my estimation says it'll probably double with the amount of like licensed plumbers, carpenters, cabinet makers, drywall people, painters, hardwood floor people. I mean, these services are really going to explode in demand. And so what happens if I find best directories to find local contractors? Look at this. I cannot freaking believe it. Reddit is number one. I mean, this is insane. And what's also insane is that I mean, Thumbtack is without a doubt the biggest contracting lead generation directory that there is. And Thumbtack isn't even ranking. They're just taking the top spot through ads. So who knows? This was probably like, I'll say like $15 for this click. And look at it. All of these local businesses are probably generating a ton of business through this Thumbtack ad. So all of these people are highly, highly dependent on Thumbtack. But there's no other option. There's no organic option. There's no local business directory for contractors. So if I had the time, which I don't, but if I did, I would 100 fucking percent create a local contractor directory that specializes in Denver. So I wouldn't categorize the directory through locations because I would only focus on Denver. And then the categories on the directory would be the different contracting types, right? So like I just said, drywall, painters, uh, carpenters, general contractors, whatever, like the different types of contracting services that exist. That's how I would categorize it. And then all of a sudden, you're going to rank number one for best painters in Denver, and that's going to be the category. You're going to rank number one for best best framing company, best general contractors in Denver, because the only freaking option is Reddit. This is crazy. Like, this is just absolutely blowing my mind. So, huge opportunity for local contractors. This is probably the most straightforward and the most direct path to success, because contractors aren't very hard to come by. If I'm going to start a home healthcare agent directory, I'm going to have to get myself inundated in like the home healthcare space. I'll need to build some relationships with the gyms. I mean, I think this directory was really great. Gym owners are like usually pretty hard to work with. There's a lot of reasons for that. I know there's like kind of a personality stereotype. It's just in my experience, they've been difficult to work with. But man, right here, contractors, this one is a home run. This is a slam freaking dunk. Somebody should start this right now. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Please smash that subscribe button. I hope to see some directories. I hope to see some of you guys like really taking this information and running with it. I'm not just saying this to make a cool YouTube video. Like, these are legitimate business ideas that anybody can start. They're not difficult. They just take some patience. They take methodical consistency, and they take like a little bit of elbow grease. if you have those three character traits, you can easily get to 100 grand, 120 grand a year within, I'd say, the first 12 months on a business directory within one of these industries. All right. Appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you next week. Peace.